G'day humans, Chris Stead here. I've just been hanging out with this dude. Might recognise him, it's from Fallout. I've just been in there, Vault 33, watching the premiere, the Australian premiere of the new Fallout TV show. So yeah, let me give you your thoughts on the first couple of episodes. Definitely worth a watch. So I'm literally walking through Moten Place in Sydney right now, having just walked out of the Vault 33. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of collect my thoughts about what I just watched. So I just watched the first 2 episodes of Fallout TV show. Now this is going to be available, in fact the entire season is going to be available tomorrow. For the launch party, the local crew here at Amazon, and I don't know if Bethesda was involved, the Bethesda crew were there, did a really good job actually. It's a venue I hadn't been to before, and they dressed it up pretty solidly, themed it out pretty well for a vault, and yeah, done a good job, as you can see from this imagery of just kind of getting the right atmosphere down for those who attended. So definitely a really nice way to launch the TV show. Look, they've done a really good job. The opening sequence, probably the first half an hour of the first episode, was really, really engaging. Kind of reminded me a fair bit of like, you know, the opening of Lost or the opening of Walking Dead, like it really kind of just gripping stuff. Actually, funnily, one of the dudes from Lost was actually in this, that kind of like freaky scientist guy with the glasses. I did also want to talk a little bit to the story because it's really quite awesome. I thought it was quite awesome just being able to see another vault and just kind of learn its story. There's definitely a bit of mystery and intrigue in the way the story's starting to pan out in those first couple of episodes. Bit of love as well, although that was a little bit cringy. Yeah, I mean, it's all canon, right? So it was really interesting just to learn more about one of the vaults, what went down there. You know, that moment in the video games, which is so awesome when you just kind of come into the wasteland for the first time. They did a pretty decent job capturing that. I mean, nothing beats it in the interactive form, but it was still pretty cool witnessing it in the show. They understood that was important. And I've also got to mention the sound. I'm really glad I got to see this in a cinema because the sound is just stonking. Naturally, that includes, of course, you know, that classic Fallout, old-timey vibe, but also just the sound effects and the way it was all put together was just top shelf, or is top shelf anyway. Everywhere the production value is really solid. Look, I'm a big Fallout fan as a gamer. I kind of dropped off the series a little bit in recent years, but like Fallout 3 was just one of my favourite all-time games, and Fallout 3 is really called out a lot in what I saw. There's a lot of just nods to the fans, but not in a way that's going to probably, it wasn't forced necessarily. I do think though that if you're not into the Fallout universe already, it might get a little bit challenging to understand, especially once the Brotherhood comes into the picture. And they've got a character there, Maximus, I think his name was, who reminded me a lot of Finn from Star Wars, the most recent Star Wars. Just the way that they kind of like were positioning him, and just a lot of his kind of character quirks. But anyway, yeah, so production value is really, really good. I can, well, often as a gamer, you get a lot of these kind of game reproductions and they can just be real duds and just cashing in basically. There's none of that. So, I mean, you got The Last of Us. I actually quite like the recent Halo adaptation, and that's from a Halo fan. I know a lot of people didn't really rate it, but I thought it was pretty good. The Last of Us, obviously, a TV classic. Look, Fallout's real solid. It stands next to those from what I've seen so far. Walton Goggins' character is particularly, the ghoul, he's awesome. Yeah, the humour, the dark humour, actually, I've probably heard more laughs in that little 2 hours that I was watching then than I probably heard in most of the genuine comedies that I've seen in recent times. So they really nailed that, and you know, it's an R-rated game, and it's I don't know what the rating is, but I assume it's R-rated, and it's got a lot of glorified violence, which is on point with the game universe, and tended to just bring cheers rather than from the kind of audience. So really good crowd involvement actually, they really got into it, and I think Fallout fans are probably going to dig this show. I did start to get a little bit, what's the word, bored is definitely not the right word, but the second half of the first episode and in the first half of the second episode started to just kind of lose the way a little bit, but then it came back together. So yeah, overall, pretty excellent. Now this isn't a review because A, they asked me not to do that, and B, because there's obviously still a whole season I've got to watch before I can give a final verdict. But yeah, as a taster of what's to come, definitely tune in tomorrow on Amazon Prime when this thing launches, and make sure you get into it. I think you'll probably want to end up binging it because it's definitely of a quality deserving of such action. Anyway, I'm Chris Stead. Thanks very much for watching, and check out my other videos.